Today's lesson is how to install the lower panel on a KitchenAid dishwasher, any series basically from the 15 through the 23. The whole secret is to align the left and right sides on top first and then get the little tabs on the bottom into place with 2 screws, and then it will probably stay there forever. As you can see, there's a screw in this little tab, and that screws into the frame here. This part is not usually bent, but this is not one of my current machines, so I would normally take this out, straighten it up, and that way when you put it into place, it'll put more tension on this part up here so it'll stay in place and not slip out, because sometimes you're able to knock this out, if you happen to hit it with your foot or something. But once this is straight on the bottom, then this will stay nice and tight on the top. Now let's go and take this panel off so you can see just how it slides into the bracket. Once those screws are out, the panel simply lifts up. You lift it up, pull it out, and down. Here's the whole secret. This little cutout should be as flat and square as you could possibly get it on each side, because that will slide in underneath here. Right? That is the evaporation channel support. Here's the black piece of rubber that catches any water that drips, and that's why it's called an evaporation channel. And also some moisture from when the unit is in the dry mode. But this little tab here has to go underneath here. Okay, there is some space for it, and it usually will fit right in. Goes up as far as the screw hole, and I don't know if you can really see it, but this is beveled in such a way that it will fit underneath. Some of the older machines had an actual clip that stuck out from here and would catch this, but then they went to this design, and they did away with that clip, probably on the 17 series, because if I'm not mistaken, my older 18s even had this type of design on it. So once again, make sure that these areas are flat. You can see here the clips on here are not in really good shape, so I will have to straighten them out. And like I said, it just gives a little bit more spring. Don't be afraid to force it up if you have to, get it into the holes in that frame, in the frame members. Okay, the holes are there already from the factory, and it's pretty easy. So now what we'll do is we'll take this, line up that tab with this part right there, and this will go, you push it up as far as you have to go, and then it's all installed. Just have patience, because it sometimes falls out, and also make sure you put the screws back in on the bottom. All right, it can be a pain in the neck, but just have patience. Okay, it's not easy to see, but this is basically all you're going to do, is just line that up, push it up as high as you can, and then what's going to happen is you'll just put your fingers underneath each corner and push that tab up, and it'll kind of lock itself in place. I don't know if that part came out or not, but at this point, this is when you would put the screws in, and that'll hold it nice and tight. One other thing to mention is all of these panels have this little extra tab right here. These should also be flat and parallel to the bottom. And where that goes, and what actually holds this in place where you actually don't need the screws, is it's going to, if you look where this is, and imagine this on, once it's brought up in a vertical position, this little tab is going to sit right on top of the frame member. Okay, and that's actually where it's going to sit, and then the screws hold it from dropping down or falling out. And so if they're bent or anything like that, you may have a problem getting this to lock in. So make sure all of this is nice and square and straight and parallel to the bottom. And then, like I said, that'll come up and sit right in here and hold itself in place. The screws are just the extra security so that it doesn't fall out on someone's foot. I think that's about it. It should be pretty easy for most of you guys to put this all together, okay? And here's where you could see that tab is sitting right on top of the frame, and then the screws would go right back in here to this hole. It's already lined up, and that will hold it in place. So there you have it. That's a quick lesson on how to put these panels in place. I wouldn't say it was a genius design, but it was pretty ingenious. Like I said, they kept it for quite a number of years, so it definitely does work. You just need a few extra seconds of patience.